What's good, everyone? What's good, everyone? Yeah. So you guys already see the title. Yeah, I'm gonna go in talk about. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna speak about today, but just as a disclaimer, like I just gotta remind you guys this shit because like I make these videos, especially videos like this. Well, all my videos really. I make these videos for fun. Like none of these videos that I make because I can't help that I'm very intelligent. I'm one of the smartest people on this fucking planet, so I can't help that. So if it comes off like I'm teaching, then that's just natural. But I make these videos for fun, and I have to make this disclaimer because I don't want to attract anyone watching this channel thinking that I'm supposed to be something that I don't want to be and I'm not trying to be. So I have to always make that disclaimer that I do these videos for fun. I might have to go brush my fucking teeth. Damn, it's so fucking hot in this. Let me open this fucking window. It's kind of hot in this fucking room. Yeah, it's a disclaimer. So you guys see the title, when you see everything, don't think that there's anything gonna come out of this video other than just me just ranting, talking my bullshit. I have no reason. I don't even have a reason to really be on this shit. I'm just bored as hell right now, and um, yeah, I don't have nothing to do today. I did all my shit yesterday, and today's raining. I don't feel like going out. I have to go get my tire fixed because damn, why the fuck do I? Damn, it's hot as I'm about to turn this heater off. I had to get my tire fixed because my tire was fucked up and I didn't fix my tire. And this happened a few weeks ago. I think I already told you guys, but my tire, like, it was flat and it was running out of like air, and I kept like pumping it up because I didn't want to buy another one. But it was raining like 3 weeks ago, and I tried stop. Like, I guess the road was slippery, and I tried stopping the car, and the car didn't stop, and like because the tire was flat, and then fucking I ended up hitting somebody in the back of the car, and then I drove off. I didn't stop because it was hella raining, and I had hella fucking shit in the car I needed to put in the freezer and shit, and I didn't want it to spoil, so I just drove off, and then the bitch ass nigga started following me, and his car was faster than mine. That nigga's car was fast, so he could have caught me, but it was a red light, and I ran the red light. And then when I ran that red light, I, I almost hit another motherfucking car. But then they stopped, and then I was able to get away. If that light wasn't red, that guy would have. Because after I hit him in the back, it was a bitch. I hit her in the back, and then she was like, she looked at me as like, "Am I gonna stop?" And I was like, I didn't. I just looked down and I just kept driving. And then she pulled her phone to record, stupid ass, because by the time you pulled out your phone, bitch, I was already out. And then I guess she started following me, and then I ran the red light, and that's what made her not follow me because she didn't want to run that red light. Which that red light actually saved my motherfucking ass. Ooh, oh damn, somebody bought that. Yeah, that red light would actually save my ass. So, so that after that, I got my tire fixed, and I went to the fucking tire place, and that stupid fucking, I don't know what the fuck he was, some foreigner, Eastern Europe. I noticed there's a lot of fucking Eastern Europeans out here. I fucking hate. I don't want to say I hate them, but they fucking like they're hella stupid. Like this stupid Eastern dumbass European motherfucker. I go into the tire shop, his stupid faggot ass. I'm all like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know. They should fire his stupid ass. Because I was about to go up in there and spend like $400 on tires and shit. Because I was about to get all my tires fixed. I was about to get a tire alignment and fix all my tires. I was literally probably about to spend like $400 or $500 in that fucking bitch. I go up in there. Oh, I need my tire fixed. I told him I needed my tires fixed. I need a tire alignment. And then I'm actually glad I said this, but I was like, I went over a ditch yesterday, and after I went over a ditch, my tire started making noise, and I ended up hitting somebody. I told him that, which I'm glad I did, because when I told him that, then he was like, I don't think your tire is messed up. I think it has something to do with your you damaged something in your vehicle. And like me, I don't, just because you have a PhD or you have a fucking you're a mechanic or whatever, doctor, that doesn't mean I respect your opinion. Like, I always do my research. I go online and I always use my intuition. So I was like, I don't think that's the problem. And he was like, let me check your tires to see. He checked on my tires, like, oh, all your tires are fine. I think you damaged your car when you went over the ditch. In my mind, I'm like, no, that's not what happened. But he was all looking at me like he had an attitude with me, because he thought that I knew more than him, and I'm not in a position, so-called position, to know more. So he was like, you're gonna have to spend $50 and have us do to have us when they got to check your vehicle, like he's like, you got to spend $50 and have us have us do a diagnostic for $50. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not paying $50 for you to look at my goddamn tires, bitch. I take that shit to a mechanic. It wasn't even a mechanic, it was a tire shop. So I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm not paying you $50. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay it. I'm just gonna drive it to see. And he started laughing at me like I'm crazy for driving a car. And I'm like, nigga, you wouldn't even have known it was fucked up unless I said something. So what happened was I took the car to another tire place, and I just had them change one of my tires, which saved me a lot of money, because I'm driving the car right now and the car is good. So I'm not even really tripping. Actually saved me money, because I was about to spend $400 and get all my tires fixed and get a tire alignment, which probably would have won me $400 or $500. After his stupid ass fiasco I had with that nigga, then I was like, nah, I'm gonna go somewhere else. And then when I went to the other place, that's when I was like, let me just get one tire fixed. But if that nigga would have kept his mouth fucking shut, I would have ended up spending a lot of money. That's why I said they need to fire his ass, because he's gonna make me waste $50 on some fucking diagnostic that I didn't need, just for him to tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. And then I'll be at square one. Like, and then I end up wasting $50. Yeah. That's why, like, never take anyone's advice. Always go by your intuition. But yeah, I want to talk about social media and how it's become a shit stain. Like, man, I don't know what's going on. Hella hot in this house. Yeah, social media has become a real shit stain, guys. I fucking, like, I don't know what it is, like, but I had to be off this shit for a little bit. I've been doing a social media fast, like, because one thing about fasting, when you fast and you cleanse the body, you start to realize how much. And I'm not talking about a little 2 3 day fast. I'm talking about like a 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 day fast. When you do a fast, anything over like 15 days, and you start really doing these fasts, you start to realize how much um a lot of external things are being used as a cope in your life. Video games, weed, even food. But let's just keep it not let's just talk about like the normal things you guys think are normal, like video games, TV, social media, doing just regular shit that is like external and not real. A lot of that shit you guys really don't. You're the only reason you're doing these things is because you're using it as a cope, because you are lacking the vital energy within, because you haven't cleansed. So when you're not cleansed deeply enough, you have a lot of like garbage in you, and you need external things to make you more to feel a certain way. Like you'll say, oh, I play video games to have fun. You watch social media, they talk about dopamine addiction. But the reason you need a dopamine addiction, you have a dopamine addiction, is because you feel you want dopamine. If you don't feel like you need dopamine, then you're not going to do dopamine activities. So they'll say, oh, social media is people want quick dopamine. That's really not even it. It's people need it. If you don't want it, then you're not going to do the things that you do to get it. So when you're fasting, you're cleansing, it like resets everything. So doing these so-called activities, it doesn't feel the same because you've actually resetted your system. I'm just trying to keep it simple. So you don't need to do a lot of this shit. So I'm realizing like a lot of this shit, shout out to Biblical. A lot of this shit that we're doing every day, and I'm gonna get to the questions. A lot of shit we're doing every day is just shit that you're using to cope with your miserable, boring ass life. And social media is one of them. And this is why I've like ever since the last 2-3 months, since I've really been doing my fast. Back in August when I did my 21, I just got off a 16-day one not too long ago. And ever since then, I've noticed like a lot of things that used to bring me entertainment. I don't get entertained by no. Like I can't just watch social media no more like I used to. Like anybody, it doesn't matter if you're spitting not. Like I just can't. It's very unintriguing to me. It's very boring and bland. And I'm like looking at it like why? Like literally, there's literally nothing for me to do other than do what I'm supposed to do. Like if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, then it's not fun. The only thing I could probably say that I can do, I don't even want to say that because I can't even do that. I can't go back to that, and I'm not. But I'll just say get high, get drunk. But even then, I don't even have an urge to do that because the reason I don't have an urge to do that is because where that brought me health wise. So from a health perspective, I can't even get drunk or get high no more because I don't even want to go down that path. But as far as everything else, I can't even do it simply because it's just not even fun anymore. It's just lame. And I'm just realizing like a lot of shit. That's why I tell you guys don't put too much energy into shit in life that isn't important because you may say, oh, I want to go out and I'm gonna give you an example. Let's just say you say you want to save up money to get X, Y, and Z, and you saved up all this money to get X, Y, and Z. But once you start doing certain type of energy work and you know yourself more, you're not gonna X, Y, and Z is not gonna be fun anymore, or you're not gonna be able to enjoy X, Y, and Z because you've outgrown it. Just like a little kid outgrows Hot Wheels, he doesn't like it no more. So you're gonna be looking at a bunch of stuff in your old life thinking like, why did I waste money on this? I don't even want to use this no more. This is why I say don't waste time on shit that isn't important because when you get older, not even older, but when you get more into your true self, you're not gonna like certain things that you used to like. You're not gonna like certain food you used to like. So you're gonna be looking back like, I wasted all my money on this food. I wasted all my money on this thing. I wasted all my time playing this game and beating the level and getting all this, unlocking all of this levels and doing all this shit just for me not to even really enjoy it because I'm in a different awareness. That's why I say don't waste time on shit that isn't important. And this goes for social media too. He says social media is a CIA operation. It is a CIA operation. Well, they use it. There's not like it's a whole CIA operation. I don't think. More so is that they use it. And like I don't even really give a fuck about the CIA. Like any like with the what anything that they're doing, you got to understand like the CIA, the government, every the every everything they do, the reason behind it is all like some immature mental illness. I'm triggered, I'm hurt, you hurt my feelings type of energy. So when the government does shit like they remove food stamps and they gotta spy on people on social media, they gotta fucking do war in Iraq, all of that is just because of a mental illness. You see what I'm saying? It's all a mental illness. It's nothing to do with nothing important. Because you got to remember, the government, they have nothing to do. The only thing they have to do, the only thing that they need and they have to do is keep this shit running. Make sure this shit doesn't collapse. Because if it collapses, then they die. They're getting the fuck up out. Well, they're gonna die and get the fuck up out of here. But it's gonna be more of an accelerated pace. So their only job, their only mission, the government, CIA, is to keep this shit going. So if it means them having to take this type of thing or start this war or spy on people, like it's no reason for what they're doing. It's all just so they can keep this shit running. It's not important. Nothing. This is why when you watch some of these news articles, they'll tell you like we're removing, like I seen an article, it's like food stamps is being cut and they're gonna be starting a bill to be able to do funding. And then underneath that it was like why this matters. Why do you have to tell me why this matters? If something matters, it matters. If you tell me that your leg's about to be chopped off if you don't do this, you're not going to tell me the next sentence why this matters. I already know, bitch, I'm not going to have a leg. But when they have to tell you why this matters on these news articles, they'll always say that. I've noticed that that's what they be saying a lot lately. Why this matters, why it matters to you is because it doesn't matter. Like even the whole food stamps. If I'm like, it seems like people who are rich, who have money and who don't need food stamps are talking about food stamps more than people who don't have it. Because if you don't have food stamps and you got it cut, then there's nothing you can do other than just live with it and try to survive and make a way to get food. The fuck, and don't they have food banks and other methods? Like we're in America. It's not like we in Africa or in South Sudan where it's political war and there's a drought or starvation and shit. It's America, so there's ways to get it. Even if you got to go out and do something illegal or even legal, there's ways to get it. But it seems like more people who aren't on the fucking shit are talking about it more than the people talking about it. And then they'll say why this matters. And it's like, it doesn't matter because who the fuck said the government is the only reason you need to eat? That's the dumbest shit ever. Like people act like if the government says you're not gonna eat, you're not gonna eat. Like people act like there's a straight up drought or like there's no motherfucker. There's people still eating, and there's people I know in my personal life who I've seen who get the shit, but then they're not even complaining about it. It seems like people who don't have it, who don't need food stamps, are talking about it more. And then they'll tell you why this matters. Why do you have to tell me why it matters? It doesn't fucking matter. None of this shit, at the end of the day, none of this shit matters. It's all unimportant. It's all just stuff to get your attention, to make you, because think about it, like everything that's on the news, what does it matter to you? When you're watching it, you may think, oh, this happened. But when you turned off social media and you go back to your actual real life, none of that shit actually matters. At least that's what I've realized. Like when I'm living my real life, none of it matters. But when I go on social media, like sometimes when I be on social media, I shut it off. Like I'll see something and I'll just shut it off. Like, you know how when you see like an article and then they'll tell you this happened. Like sometimes when I see something or I'll see something like an article, I'll just shut it off. Just I don't even watch it. And then after like 3 minutes, I forget what I was watching, or I'll be in another world. Like I'll see something like that's one thing I realized. The social media, it can trick your mind to be interested in things that aren't interesting. Like you'll sit there and watch something and you'll think it's something that you want to watch. But then once you stop watching it, then you notice it's not entertaining no more. Like, do this experiment. Next time you're like talking about something or you're in something, playing a video game, just put the game down. When you're watching a movie, just put the movie down and go do something else in life. You'll realize eventually you don't want to do that shit no more. What you were doing. Like I'll be on social media, right? And I'll see an article and I'll be like scrolling. And then I just put the shit down. Like let me just put it down. And then after like 5 minutes, I'm like, how the fuck was I watching that shit? Like because it wasn't important. Like a lot of it is like it's mind manipulation to get you to watch shit that you want, that you don't want to watch. Like I told you guys, once you start cleansing and start doing shit, a lot of things you used to like, because your desires and what you like and the things that you want to do at certain moments, you 99%, I say 95% of the time, probably 90% of the time, you don't want to do those things. You're doing it because it's like a mind manipulation. You're like, it's like a spell, mind manipulation. You've hooked on it. It's like a man. It's like a dude who's fucking an ugly bitch, and he's not attracted to the bitch, but yet when he's fucking her, he's enjoying it. But yet, if you brought a fine, attractive bitch there, he probably wouldn't want to fuck her. It's like you see what I'm saying? Like it's like a dude fucking an ugly bitch or some shit. Like he's fucking her because that's what he probably can get at that time. But if there was an attractive female, he wouldn't even want to fuck her no more. Or somebody who's fucking like eating top ramen and like you give them a steak, they're not gonna enjoy the top ramen no more. It's like they're only eating it because that's what they can get or that's what their mind is hooked on. So it's like most of the things you desire in life or you're actively doing, you don't even really want to do. But you have to learn how to take control over your mind and cleanse. That's why I tell you guys fasting, cleansing, yoga, qigong, specifically yoga. That's my thing. I like to fuck with is yoga. When you do that shit, and I don't even really like to speak on yoga and stuff because most people like they think yoga is something you just do once or twice in your life and then you're straight. It's like no, you got to do this shit for a year. Everything I talk about is a life. If you're not trying to make it a lifestyle and do it every day, don't even waste your fucking time doing it. But when you do these things, it cleanses and resets the system and resets the body. So you say you ever thought about drinking herbal tea? No, I don't drink shit when I fast. The only thing I drink is water. When I'm not for herbal teas, any of that shit when I'm doing my fast. You can do it and it's good, but me personally, when I fast, I preferably like to do dry fast, and if I'm gonna take anything, only water fast. That's it. As far as like juices, fucking tea, all of that, I'm not for that. And I'm not saying it's bad or you can't do it. Me personally, I have to keep it very like clean. Like I, this is just my experience. I'm not projecting this on anybody else because everybody's different. We all do different things. But me personally, based upon my life experiences and where life has brought me, um, the less the better. So when it comes to less food, less eat, less water, less everything, less for me is better. Once I start putting in herbs and coffee and eat like just certain things, it just complicates it for me. The less, the better for me. It makes it much more easier and it's a lot better. And plus, through my experiences, every time when I use a lot of shit, it always backfires. It's like when I end up like I'll end up buying something, like I'll end up thinking I want something, and then I go buy it, and I realize I don't want it. So it's like the universe has always taught me like the less the better for me. Like the more I have, the more it's a problem for me. So like me, I'm like I have to have I'm not saying I'm supposed to not have anything, but I get like the more shit I have is always so that's why I don't like to do herbal teas. I like to just straight up do the water is the most I'll do, and even then I'm trying to cut back on water, but that's hard when you're talking about fasting. It's hard to cut back on water. That's something you got to train for. Like the highest I was able to do for a water fast was 10 days. And then I did a 7-day water fast like a week ago. So, like 5 days ago. So, that was just water. No, that was just a dry fast. But I did like 5 more days extra of water. But it's hard for me to do dry fat or to do water fat. Well, to do dry fast. Water fasts are easier. But, like I said, guys, like, just do whatever works for you. Do whatever works for you. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a second. All right, my bad, guys. My bad. Had to go do my little You know how I put the thing in my mouth, the tooth, the the teeth oil. I had to put the teeth oil in my mouth because yeah. But yeah, do whatever works for you. It's not really that. Don't make shit that deep. Most shit is not that deep. That's one thing I realized about the spiritual community. There, they make shit deep. Like he's like, if Bib shout out to Bib, if you like drinking herbal teas, then drink herbal teas. Do you? Don't be like, I'm just here to guide you and tell you everything that I say on this channel is what I'm doing. And if it works for you, then it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then tailor it to how it works for you. If you don't agree with what I'm doing, then I don't know why the fuck you watching my channel, because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not catering to no one. My channel isn't for anyone. My channel is for me and what I want to talk about. I'm not getting paid on here. I'm not trying to get paid on here because YouTube, you're not making no money from this shit, really, unless you're a puppet, an agent. And because there's people I see that get like 10,000 views per video, and they're not even making shit. Like they're still complaining about bills and shit. And I'm like, you getting all these views and you're not able to make a living off YouTube? It's like, what the fuck? So I'm not trying to. And even then, when you get there, you got to worry about being shadow banned. You got to worry about what you got to say. Like that's not the type of person I am. I've always been the type of person where I need to position myself where I can say and be how I want to be without having nobody use leverage against me with what I'm saying. So like for example, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, with like a female, I have to be the one who has like the more money, the more situation. So therefore I can be who I want to be. And if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. I can't go live with a bitch. I can't go be dependent on, I need your car. I can't do that because like me, I like to talk a lot of shit and run my mouth and be myself. And when you be yourself, talk a lot of shit and just do your thing, you can't really do that depending on the situation you're in. So I like to be in a certain situation. So when it comes to this is why I have to like I can't really do any of that whole YouTube shit because I like to just talk how I like to talk. Like I can't sit here and just the only time I can relate and compromise is if there's something going on. This is why I don't get along with a lot of people because most people you have to compromise. That's all a relationship is, compromising. So you have to compromise. But the way I look at it, like if I'm cool with somebody and we don't have no business, we're not creating no situation, we're not doing no money play, then there's nothing to compromise. So I don't give a fuck at that point. But yet you have a bunch of grown ass men out here who, oh, we're not making no money. We're just cool. And I met you on here and we just talking and you hurt my feeling. Like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings, you bitch ass nigga. And I'm not saying I go out and talk all this mess and shit. Like, there's been times I've never said anything disrespectful and I've been actually nice and cool. And people get offended based upon just how you present yourself. Because if you have a strong spirit, you don't have to say nothing disrespectful and you can still offend people. And what irritates me the most is you have a bunch of grown ass men out here that will take offense to shit, but yet their whole life is like in shambles. So like they like it's like, why am I gonna compromise with somebody if there's nothing worth compromising for? Like if I'm cool with somebody and there's nothing on the table that makes it worth compromising, then my bad. I'm saying what I'm saying when you come. when you have something to what was I talking about? Compromising. Okay, most people, when you compromise with them, it needs to be for a reason. I can't compromise with somebody if there's no reason for compromising. Not to say that I'm just gonna go out and be a fucking dickhead and just ruin relationships and shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like what's the point? So like I can't be like this is why like I don't get along with a lot of fucking people. Not because I don't like I'm like contrary to what you may believe. Let me just say this: I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever fucking meet. Like I'm one of the nicest people, but you got to understand like most human beings are demons. Like everyone that you come across is a demon, but don't take that as like everyone's disrespectful, everyone's like you got to look at it like being a human being, being a demon is within his nature. That's what I mean. So we all breathe, we all eat, we all um do human things. Being a demon and being a piece of shit, that's part of human quality. So when I say everyone is a demon, I'm saying this from a perspective as in that's part of human nature, just like being depressed, being sad, being everything. But the thing is finding the right individual to be able to deal with that with. Like at the end of the day, somebody, like I say, you have somebody you care about in your life. There still can be a demon sometimes, but there's so much going on. You are able to put up with that. They're worth putting up with that. So you have to find some. So that's why I say everyone is a demon in this world. There's nobody, and the people who talk about demons the most and problems the most, those are actually the bigger demons. So somebody who's always calling other people narcissists, somebody who's always talking about how other people are targeting them, somebody who's talking about how they're always against me because I'm a chosen one and it's all these agents and the devil's against me. People who talk like that, they're the actual demons. They're the actual problem. So when you see like a targeted individual and they say, "Oh, they're targeting me," that person, they're actually the person who's doing the targeting. They're the actual like demon. They're the actual like agent, but they don't know it because their world is in the delusion. So everything that they think the world is doing, they're actually doing that on the forefront the most. Because the most toxic people that I've ever seen, some of the most toxic people I ever see on the internet are people in the are people in the targeted individual community. People who call themselves targeted, people who call themselves chosen ones, people who say that society's against them, those are the most fucked up people. And you got to look at it like this: the reason they're fucked up is because they've had so much experience of society fucking them over that they don't trust no one, and therefore their actions based upon them just being themselves make them a toxic person without knowing it. So it's like somebody who's targeted, they think who says they're targeted, they think everyone's targeting them. So they treat everyone as such. So therefore, they're actually the demon. They do demonic shit, and they justify like, well, I got because they have a shield up. If you're so fucked up mentally and traumatized, you're gonna have a shield up. You're gonna have a defensive. You're gonna always have a stick in your ass. But then you're gonna be in your mind, oh, well, I have to do this because everyone's against me and I've been screwed over. So the most screwed over people are usually the most screwed up people. That's why you want to do this shit right, so you don't attract situations that can traumatize you and screw you up, and then now you feel like you have a reason to be a piece of shit. Yeah, like I feel like, but I feel like social media, they it needs to be I don't want to say banned, but it needs to be some type of like filter on it. You know how they have like porn filter for children? They need to have some type of social media filter where, especially with this AI shit. coming out. Any type of social media, like it should be illegal for certain social media content to be out. Like you have all these people just talking about just whatever. It should be like certain filters on this shit, to be honest, because everyone talks about, oh, don't let your kids watch porn, it fucks up their mind, which is, it does. But what about like somebody just scrolling down their feed watching the shit that you see on a daily basis, like the news, um fucking what the fuck the president's doing, all of that shit is mental illness. Like that shit needs to be scrutinized and blocked, because that's fucking up people's minds. Just like violence and porn and all this other shit they just everyone wants to say, like that's on a major level, violence, porn. But on a smaller scale, there's a lot of shit that needs to be banned from social media, like for real. Like you got, like you just, like you got Gen Z out here, right? A lot of these niggas, like they're so fucked up. Like it's to a point where nobody wants to learn how to do anything other than just talk on the fucking internet. Like you have Gen Z will go, like the average Gen Z will go and make a YouTube page or a gaming channel, and like, oh, I'm trying to make my gaming channel. I'm like, what? Why you need to make a gaming channel? What the fuck is the gaming channel gonna do for anyone? Like, that's the most narcissistic, selfish, pointless, useless shit you can do, is making gaming channel. But at the same time, can you blame them? Because you have a bunch of these fuckheads like PewDiePie and what's that motherfucker, that green hair faggot that had cancer, Ninja, like niggas like that on Twitch, that fucking, like they just play video games for a living, and then like a bunch of fucking kids watch them all day and jack off to them and are so fanatic. Oh my goodness! Like, so can you explain? Can you blame them for why they want to just be something so pointless as a fucking streamer or a gamer? Like that should be making me laugh. I see this one nigga's like, I'm trying to make a gaming channel. I'm like, that's got to be the most useless, pointless shit ever. Like, you got to be one seriously narcissistic, pointless individual to even think of that. Like, what the fuck is that supposed to do? Like, you really think you're helping somebody, or somebody really wants to see you just play game all fucking day, dude? Like, you got to be an idiot. And then they have the audacity to be like, oh, I'm doing this to help people, because some people, they're so depressed. And like, I hear this motherfucker like, oh, I like to make people laugh because people are sad and depressed and it's good. They shut the fuck up. First of all, nigga, you're not funny. I'm one of the most funniest people in the world. And bitch, you're not funny. Secondly, secondly, motherfucker, like, no one needs to laugh. Maybe, like, especially this time, at this point in life, people need to feel the way they do. Nobody needs to laugh, nigga. If your ass is depressed, nigga, then you need to do whatever you got to do to get out of that depression. You don't need to laugh. If your ass is a fat ass and you have diabetes and you're sad because you got your blood pressure test the doctor gave you, you don't need to laugh, bitch. You need to be serious, and somebody needs to scare you so you can make the decisions that's gonna go on a fast or eat healthy, so therefore you don't have high blood pressure. You don't need to laugh and you don't need to smile just to make you feel better that you have high blood pressure, bitch. You don't need that. The world doesn't need laughter right now. The world needs motherfucking discipline and to do what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. The world doesn't need laughter. The world doesn't need any of that fucking smiles and cuddle shit. It doesn't need that. Some people need the shit they need. The fuck? I don't know where people are just so retarded. Like, I don't know where like people's minds are in this world. Like, they'll literally rationalize anything. They'll literally rationalize anything to make it sound like it's good. Like, just shit is crazy. And motherfuckers have no point. Like, I was seeing this other motherfucker's channel, right? And this nigga's talking about how like he's broke and depressed and all this shit. But then in the next breath he's talking about how like um what did he say? He said something about like most people can he's like he's like I'm 25 years old and I thought by 25 I was gonna have a car. Or like when you're 25 you're supposed to have a car, a family, a house. And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to have that if you did the steps taken to have that. Just because you're 30 doesn't mean you're supposed to have a house, bitch. What did you do to make the situation to have a house? Oh, I'm supposed to be 30 with a family and kids, but you didn't talk to no bitches. You didn't have no game. So obviously, just because you're an age doesn't mean you're supposed to have that. Fucking idiot. You're supposed to do the steps and have something going on. And if you happen to be that age and it lines up, then you can say you have this. But just because you're a certain age doesn't mean that. If you're that age and you didn't have it, that means you didn't do something. Like I don't know what like is weird. People are just so fucking retarded. This social media shit is like really fucks people's brains up. Like it's weird. People are just so dumb. Like it's like people are so insecure and they're so like weirded out that they think them just wanting and desiring things makes them somehow like special or cool. Like you'll have somebody be like, "Oh, like if I should be a millionaire right now. I can't drive, or I can't wear no regular Walmart clothes. I can only wear designer." But yet this same nigga who's saying this never wore designer, never ever like been in like you see what I'm saying? Like it's because they watch so much social media and they see people who have these things and then they feel like they should have these things. And then but it's like, what are you doing to get those things? There's nothing wrong with having that shit, but what's wrong? What are you doing to get those things, you fucking idiot? Like it's weird. Like motherfuckers feel so entitled to shit, but yet they're not shit themselves. Like it's shit is crazy. Like and it's like they don't even know how at least learn how to make your own shit. So therefore you can say, oh, I feel entitled because I know how to make it. But like motherfuckers, they don't know how to they just want to sit there and talk on social media and then go viral and and I'm not saying like I'm not making fun of anyone if they want to make money talking about bullshit because like they kind of created the system where like that's another reason why social media is so lame now because everyone's trying to survive and make money. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's trying to make money and survive. So like the only way to do that easily, really, well, not the only way, but one of the only ways to do it easily is to make YouTube videos. But then when you make YouTube videos, you can't be yourself. You can't talk about anything real. Otherwise, you won't be in the algorithm. So everyone wants to be in the algorithm. So now everybody talks this, everybody says the same shit. Every fucking video is about struggle content. Like there's this one nigga that he's in the Bay. One when I used to stay in the Bay Area, there's one person I know this individual, and on his YouTube page, it's funny because he made a video talking about how he was homeless, right? And that video got like 100,000 views. And he made another one about him being homeless. It was like 50,000 views. Tell me why this nigga just made a video like a week ago talking about I just got housed finally. I have my and he showed his new apartment. This shit only got 1.9 thousand views. And I'm like, this proves that people like to see you struggle. And I don't want to say that. I don't think it's more so people want to see you struggle. I think more what it is more people are just struggling themselves. So when they see somebody else struggling, it makes them feel better. But when they see somebody successful, they get kind of like uh, like, damn, I'm not doing something right, or how did he get it? Especially if you're retarded and you're struggling, when you see somebody doing good, you're gonna think that the world is against you. You're not gonna look at it like maybe I'm doing something in my life that I need to change because I can get that abundance like them. A mentally ill person won't think like that. Like somebody who's a targeted individual, if they see somebody successful, they're gonna probably think that that person's an agent
or he's working for the devil or something, because they have so much hate in their heart, so much anger. So, and they don't think high of themselves. They're like, they think so low, they don't think they can do it. So the only way they think they can do it is by doing something conniving or something negative. Like, it's like, we live in such a fucked up world. That's why struggle content is so fucking thriving right now. That struggle content shit, that shit is thriving. But eventually that shit isn't gonna thrive. Like, it's not gonna work eventually. Like, you're gonna have to at least do something, like turn it into something positive, because eventually what's gonna happen is, with the struggle content that everybody watches, because you can only struggle so much in your life before it reaches a certain, I think the word is crescendo, it reaches a certain tipping point where, like, it becomes a crisis, and you're not going to be able to trauma bond or anything, because you're going to have to deal with your shit. So at that point, once so many people start reaching that point, struggle content shit isn't going to be cool no more, because it's going to be like, because the reason struggle content's so cool right now, because nobody's really struggling. You gotta look at it like this. They call it struggle content, but nobody's really struggling, because if you really were struggling, it wouldn't be something to like make videos about. Like, you can make jokes about your arm being cut off, but when your arm is actually cut off and you don't have an arm, it's different than when you're talking about it and joking about it. So people really aren't struggling. That's why there's so much struggle content. They're in a comfortable struggle position, if you want to say it, if that. But no one's really struggling, because if they really were, that shit wouldn't be cool. When you see someone else struggling, you're going to be so traumatized from that, that you're going to be not wanting to watch it, because it's going to make you stay in your situation, or it's going to bring you back. But the fact that you're able to watch it and trauma bond means that you're kind of like in a situation where you're comfortable and you feel pleasure and happiness seeing other people miserable like you. So most people, they're really not there yet. It's getting there for most people, but it's not there. Once it gets there, then you're going to see how the content's not going to be really good no more. Like, no one's going to watch that type of content no more. Like, I could just go on. I'm probably gonna start doing that, going on YouTube and TikTok and start watching, scrolling on videos and just start critiquing shit. I think I'm gonna do that, because when I see so much bullshit, I'm gonna just start. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Just start roasting these videos. But I want you guys to tell me what type of videos, or I probably like, because I don't really be knowing what type of videos and shit to like watch to do that. That's why, like, a lot of you niggas who watch that shit can send me videos or something. I'm gonna drop the link. So if anybody wants to join, fuck, that felt good. Damn, that was a loud crack. The link's in the description, in the chat, if anybody wants to join. Yeah. But yeah, but this shit's getting out of hand, man. I'm sick and tired of, like, just, I don't want to say like, because there's nothing wrong with life. I just feel like life, the way society is right now, life is so like, most people aren't living life. Like, I feel like nowadays you have to really be outside. You got to be doing things in life. You can't just be in the house all day doing shit. Even if you have to be on the phone and shit, try to do it outside. Try to go out. And when I say go outside, I'm not talking about go out to the mall, or like, go out and just try to be. I don't want, like, I'm not just to be like, go out in nature, even though it's good to go out in nature and shit. But just try to tap into your highest version of self. Once you're able to really freely do that, then you'll notice how you're actually living life. because you waking up in the morning. I felt like when I went on this fast, especially this last month, like I feel like when I'm on my fast, like right now I'm not on my fast, but when I'm on like a long fast, I feel so free. Like I don't know what it like how I felt when I was like very way back. Like I just feel a lot more free, like mentally. Like a lot of you dumbass, not you guys, but a lot of these dumbass niggas talk about, oh, I miss the old days when I was a kid and I was young. If you miss the old days, that means your life sucks right now. You should not reminisce about the old days when you were younger. You shouldn't reminisce about the old days. You know why? Is because that's a sign that your current situation is lousy. When your current situation is going up and you have goals and you have ambitions and you got things going, you're going to be so happy with the present moment. You're going to be looking back and being like, fuck, I'm so glad I'm not there no more, because where I'm at is so good. So when you reminisce about the past, and I'm not saying like you shouldn't like have no reminisce, but like you got people reminiscing over a past that wasn't even good. Like people talk about, oh, back in the day it was good. Bitch, no, it wasn't. Because I remember like back in the day, people were still complaining and still whining, and it's just people are just more miserable now than they were before. So they have to look back at a past that really wasn't even that good. Motherfuckers act like it was so perfect back in the day, where if you went back in the day it wasn't even all that. It's just their present moment is so lacking that they're trying to reach any type of like peace, and the only peace they can get within this reality, that this life they live, was at an age where it wasn't even that good, but they have to grab onto that because it's better than now. So then they'll make themselves think like the past was somehow, it's like that's why you got to create a perfect now. Create a situation right now. But I'm probably gonna end this live stream. I'm not really feeling like live. I thought I was feeling like live streaming. I'm not really feeling it today because I gotta deliver some packages. I don't even feel like dealing with this shit. Let me see what kind of packages somebody's. Somebody. Let me see. Okay, load the fucking shit. Okay, super cream. All right. Sophia, yeah, but well, I still got some time left. I just want to go before it starts raining because yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't rain later. Well, I know it's gonna rain, but hopefully, it's not too bad. I'm about to go drop these packages off. I didn't want to go out today, but I'm probably gonna have to go out. Yeah, remember 2 weeks ago when I told you guys. Remember, if you guys go like 3 weeks ago, I on my communities tabs, I said the month of November is gonna be a shit show because of the astrological transits. You can go on my feed and like, remember I told you guys this was before that whole this was before I even knew about the government shutdown, because I didn't know about the government shutdown until like 2 weeks ago. I made that post I think 3 weeks ago. It was before, and I told you guys, I said November is gonna be a shit show based upon the astrological forecast. I said that, And this was before the whole government shutdown that I knew about, and this was before they announced the food stamp. And remember, I told you guys it was going to be a shit show in November, and you see how we're coming into November, and you're seeing how it's a shit show. Not just with the stamps and shit, but with like other shit. You could just see the energy, like I told you. And this is gonna probably last us probably until like January. So this whole holiday season is gonna be kind of like chaotic. I don't want to say it's going to be bad because I don't want to put it out there like, oh, astrology is like, oh, it's bad. Like, because you could always make good out of everything. But like I told you guys, it's a little bit of chaos. We're at a chaotic time right now. Astrologically, like, there's a lot of, especially coming into the next couple weeks, there's going to be a lot of certain transits. I don't really want to go over them, but just be wary. Yeah, just don't really be showing your ass too much. There's no point. There's no point of you don't gotta prove yourself. We're not in a time of proving yourself anymore. Prove yourself to yourself. The only person you need to prove is you. You don't gotta prove shit to anyone. Because most people, you waste your time trying to prove yourself to people, trying to explain yourself, why this is that. There's no point in doing that no more. Like that's the most. That's one thing I used to do. Like there's just people in my family, people just personally. I used to like try to like explain myself, like, and then when they didn't understand, I used to get upset and then just keep explaining myself, and then I realized like they were never supposed to get it. Me getting upset and me even explaining myself. That's what the problem was. Like I don't gotta explain shit. If you think the way you think, that's on you. Like I don't give a fuck. Like the way you think doesn't affect me. So, like, there's no. This is a time like not even just because of this astrological the situation we got going on, but just life in general. Like right now, there's no need to explain yourself to anyone right now. Just do you. Do your own thing. Like you got even motherfuckers on my channel. Like that's why you don't see nobody on my channel no more talking about like because I remember when I used to give a fuck what people used to think, even though I never said it, and I used to kind of like have certain subconscious thoughts. The universe will always attract people that will tell me what's on their mind, and it will make me feel some type of way. But this is why I tell you guys like, once you genuinely are something, you will attract that energy. So people you see who get triggered, like you know how you go on, you see other content creators, and then they'll have people in the comments, and then they won't even say nothing disrespectful, but then they'll block them. Like I don't block people because I don't. It does none of that shit offends me. So therefore, I don't get as much of it. But then you'll see a lot of people. They have to keep blocking people, and or you need to give this person a wrench. These are people who like they're insecure within themselves. They actually give a fuck what people gotta say. So therefore, they attract those type of people in the comments, and they always need to block people because don't tell me what to do. You said this, I'm blocking you. They don't even have to say nothing offensive. It's because these people like they care what people think about them. So it's like once you get rid of that, a lot of your problems like that come with that it dissipates. That's why I don't explain myself no more. I don't like because I remember when I used to like even like a year or two ago. Like I used to have motherfuckers in my chat just say certain shit. Even positive people, like you have positive people in your life, like because that's another thing. Like positive people or so-called positive people can be demons, and I'll probably have to make a whole video, a live stream about that. Then go in on it, but a positive person can be a demon because the way I can tell a positive person is if you're nice to me and you're cool with me, but I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Like there's been people that were on my chat and throughout the last year or so, they're not even on my chat no more. And they used to be cool with me, but then we had like certain falling outs. But you gotta understand, like, even when we were cool, I kind of felt weird. This is what one thing I like about having a platform like YouTube. I learn a lot. I learn from how people respond. I learn about certain things. I learn a lot. So there's been people who've been cool with me, and they'll say nice shit, oh, good content, this and that. But I just had a negative feeling about this person, and long and behold, over time, shit will show itself where I end up blocking this person, or not, I don't even block them because I don't block people, but they end up blocking me, or they get offended, or they just say some weird shit. And the reason for that is because the energy wasn't there. So even though they were saying nice shit, like this is why I say, mind your business. If you don't like somebody, then don't fucking deal with them. I hate when you see a person, they because, and when I say when you don't like somebody, you don't it's not about just, if you're a grown ass man, you should be able to look at a person and be like, I don't like the way this person acts. There's people that are cool with me, that are nice with me, that I don't like them and I don't deal with them because I know if they knew the real version of me, if they hung around me, we will end up fighting. And I know that. So I don't, even if you're cool with me, since I'm the bigger spirit, if I know we're not compatible, I'm not gonna fuck with you, even if you're nice, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm just gonna kind of, you'll just see me just kind of keeping the conversation short because there's certain people where I don't want it to get to that point. So we can be cool and whatever, but if I feel like you have a certain, like, if I feel like I gotta walk on eggshells, or you're too politically, like, I don't like people who are politically correct, people who are very politically correct, and they don't like to cuss, like people like that I like to stay away from because like I said, I have a Virgo ascendant. So you may look at me and think that I'm that way, but I have a Pisces sun, which is opposite. So my who I really am, and my Aries moon is not compatible with who you think I am. So a lot of you guys, whatever you think I am, I'm not that, because my moon and my sun. So when I see somebody who's like politically correct and they're so uptight and with a stick in their ass, I don't like to be around those people, even if they're respectful for me, because I'm a type of person who, like, I like to be kind of like out there and say, I like to be on some weird shit. So if you're too normal, I don't fuck with you. I don't like normal people. So how I remedy that is that I don't fuck with you if you're normal. I don't like normal people. I don't hang around normal people. If you're not weird, or you don't have some type of weird element, or you're too fucking have a stick, I can't fuck with you. I hate normal fucking people. And I'm like, I'm not like disrespectful or rude, but I just can't be around normal fucking people. I think I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna be back a little later. I gotta go do some of my shit right now. Let me see if I even have it. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Okay. Light cream. Man, I do not feel like going to the post office today, but I have to go. I don't have to go. I could probably go tomorrow, but oh man. Hmm.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that. I can print from my phone. That's crazy. I just figured that out. I don't feel like entering the password. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys up later. I'll be back.